Before we start, we just want to say that sources disagree on specific details, so don't take what we say as the only true story. The Chimera, a grotesque monstrosity with a lion's head capable of breathing fire, a goat's body, and a snake for a tail, is perhaps one of the most terrifying mythological creatures in Greek literature. Known for causing sleep deprivation of the people of Lycia, the Lycian king Lobates decided to put an end to the beast, as well as someone he didn't like too well. He called upon Bellerophon, who had already been sent to Lycia to be executed, thinking that he wasn't smart enough to slay the creature, and didn't expect his return. If the name rings a bell, then you've probably already heard this myth. Thus he had thought he had saved both his people and some time. But Bellerophon had done some impressive things in the past, and as a reward, Athena gave him a winged horse, otherwise known as Pegasus. Pegasus isn't in the animation, mainly because he doesn't play a big role in the myth. Bellerophon just uses him as a ride, and that's about it. Bellerophon proceeded to shoot arrows at the beast, only to find them futile. After using his brain, something King Lobates didn't think he had, he took a lump of lead, attached it to a stick, and shoved it down Chimera's throat. The Chimera, breathing fire, melted the lead in her own throat, choking her in the process. Bellerophon, victorious, went back to the king, and was sent back to his original home, where he lived happily for a while, until King Lobates was shown to be correct about the intelligence of Bellerophon.
The Chimera is an important figure in the literary aspect. It symbolizes evil, power, and something impossible. Each of the individual animals that make up the Chimera are powerful in their own way. The goat may represent stubbornness, the lion represents strength, and the snake represents cunningness, aspects that are found within us all. Chimeras have also been used to describe something impossible, purely fantasy. The hippogriff in Harry Potter is an allusion to a chimera. It has front quarters of an eagle and the hind quarters of a horse. It more so refers to the body of the chimera as illusion and how it is a mixture of many animals. It is known as a child of the chimera in the novel itself. On a more literary aspect, it also represents power. Hippogriffs are known to be stubborn, but it also has the goodness and strength of a lion. It is also impossible and fictional. It is a fantasy of one's imagination, representing even more parts of a chimera. The beast from Beauty and the Beast is a chimera. He is made up of many different animals, including a chimera with the head of a buffalo, eyebrows of a gorilla, body of a bear, jaws and mane of a lion, tusks of a boar, and legs and tails of a wolf. He is also believed to be an evil creature by the townspeople. He was turned into a beast by doing something seen as unworthy or bad. Before Belle, he was stubborn, evil, and powerful. However, with the introduction of Belle, he grew into a more good or strong person or beast.
The legend of El Dorado starts with a tribe of natives high in the Andes Mountains in the 1400s. When the new chieftain of this tribe rose to power, he had a ceremony at Lake Guadavita. The new ruler was covered with gold dust, and that gold, along with other precious jewels, were thrown into the lake to appease a god that lived underwater. The golden chief was called El Dorado, the Gilded One. The ceremony ended in the late 15th century when El Dorado and his subjects were conquered by another tribe. But the Spaniards and other Europeans had found so much gold along the continent's northern coast that they believed there had to be a place of great wealth somewhere in the interior. The Spaniards didn't find El Dorado, but they did find Lake Guadavita and tried to drain it in 1545. They lowered its level enough to find hundreds of pieces of gold along the lake's edge, but the presumed treasure was in the deeper water beyond their reach. Famous explorers include John Van Spire, Nicholas Federman, Gonzalo Jimenez, and Sir Walter Raleigh. The significance today is that people use the term El Dorado when describing a great opportunity or place of wealth.
Edgar Allan's poem titled El Dorado talks about a soldier searching for El Dorado. Several obstacles described as dark shadows made his journey difficult. Over time, the soldier lost his strength and motivation, but he eventually ran into a pilgrim that told him to boldly ride on and find the city of gold.
The new Dora the Explorer film is titled The Lost City of Gold because the goal in the movie is to find the Lost City of Gold. El Dorado is also known as the Lost City of Gold due to its riches. The allusion of El Dorado is used when mentioning the long journey to reach these mysterious and almost unattainable riches and wealth.